Part 1, Navjote. Navjote, Nav, Nu, Jot, Zeotra, or a designated participant, is the most sacred and significant event in the life of a Zarathustri. It is declared in Revelation that although much duty and good work be performed, it is not possible to attain the supreme heaven, Garodman, except on that one occasion when the Navjote ceremony is performed. Navjote usually takes place when a child is 7 years old. At this age, the mind engages in active individual thinking. Astronomy teaches that every individual is under the dominion of the moon Avesta Day for the first 7 years of life. Since the moon is occultly connected to the mind, the first 7 years of a child's life are mostly associated with the development of mental faculties. Navjote is preferably performed at this impressionable age to channel the mind towards spiritual progress and to encourage fulfillment of religious duties. Thus spoke Aramaz, when for him, of those who are Mazda worshippers, there is this beneficial star-spangled garment always after 7 years of age. First he covers up, that is, clothes, his own body in it, and with that he is properly a preserver of faith, that is, a preserver of attachment, and he afterwards ties that girdle over that starry garment at the waist. During the sacred ritual of Navjote, a child born of both Mazda-Yazni Zarathustri parents receives the sacred Sudreh Kusti, which are the most fundamental alat of our religion. An alat, or a zeatra, is a material or living object in which certain spiritual energies are awakened through kinetics and the resonant frequencies of the sacred mantra. After Navjote, through the Sudreh Kusti, the Zarathustri child is united in righteousness with other Zarathustris and is able to be consciously connected with Ashtal, Zarathustra, the Yazads, and Ahura Mazda. A similar idea is prevalent in Christianity. The words to signify baptism are definite identification with Jesus as the Messiah or Lord. After baptism, in the name of the Lord, man is regarded as in Christ. This is exactly what happens in the time of Navjote of a Mazda-Yazni child. She is regarded as in Zarathustra, a powerful Pervin, or link, and ritually established at Navjote between the new Zeatra and Ashtal Zarathustra. It is like that which occurs when they are performing Hamazor or Hama Asho and have put on this sacred thread girdle on that account, or when similarly someone in Kashmir or Erin Veg or Kangdas or the enclosure formed by Jam performs the good work, and we are not able to perform it with Hamazor, then they and we who wear the sacred thread girdle on the waist are mutually connected and equally meritorious, one with the other. Even this well-known looking garment spiritually formed by creatures of the spirits is really that which is the righteous Ahura Mazda, granted me who am Zarathustra. Therefore, with the garment which is purified, that is, pure, do thou worship or practice invocation as regards Ahura Mazda and as regards to the archangels. The ritual of Navjote is not a legal document, a social celebration, or imaginary wand, which makes an individual a Zarathustri. Religion is by birth, not by choice. A child born of Mazda-Yazni Zarathustri parents has the birthright to enter our sacred precincts. It is entitled to all other religious privileges, including documented Nashini before his or her Navjote is performed. This is so because the Mazda-Yazni Zarathustri religion accepts into its fold only the progeny of both parents who are Mazda-Yazni Zarathustri by virtue of birth lineage alone. At Navjote, a child born of both Mazda-Yazni Zarathustri parents affirms its own responsibility for the community and in the presence of fire to act according to commands of the religion. Thereby, the child unites Hamazor with Ramaz, the divine blessings, Ashtal Zarathustri, and the community till Frashagard through unbroken lineage, Bunak Rashbani. The child pledges she is a Mazda-Yazni by birth, Mazda-Yazni, and will consciously obey the mandates of their religion. Asha Zarathustra upheld, taught, and practiced Mazdiazno Zarathustra. Followers of other religions go through their own prescribed confirmation rituals that unite them in communion with their own channels of divine light. Navjote and Sudreh Kusti identify and distinguish Zarathustris from the followers of other revealed religions. I gotta throw a little side note in there because they're trying to say that you have to be born from both the Zoroastrian mother and father to become a Zoroastrian. That's not true. In India, they arrived there because the Zoroastrians are being persecuted and genocided by the Muslims that took over Iran and invaded Iran, through Islamic imperialism and everything. And that many of them were forced to flee to India, and they took an oath to the king. And the king asked, well, what can you do for us? What's going to happen if your people come here? And they said, well, we are like sugar added to milk. We sweeten it. They're not taking from what's there. They're adding to it, make it sweeter. And then they also agreed to take an oath to never convert anyone to Zoroastrianism. So that's a tradition they came up with exclusively in India. And, the priests got caught up in that tradition, and they've lost sight of the original teaching of Zarathustra. Kind of like, Jesus would tell the Pharisees all the time, he's like, man, you're caught up in these traditions, and it's taking you away from the spiritual aspect of what was originally taught. And then they hated him for that, persecuted him, and tried to kill him. Well, unfortunately, with some Zoroastrians, a similar thing has happened. They've got so caught up in their little man-made traditions that they've lost sight of the original teaching of Zarathustra, because, it's about the fresh ready. We're trying to defeat evil and renovate the world. Well, it's going to take all of humanity to do that. Now, it's not to say we're trying to proselytize or get other people to become Zoroastrian by force or anything, because even when they had the Aryan Empire in Iran, they did not force their religion onto other people. It was a choice. Cyrus the Great, he declared human rights, ended slavery, established religious freedom. Even though they had an empire, they respected the other religions. They let them keep their cultures. And if you became a Zoroastrian, it was by choice. They never forced it on anyone. It's not an imperialistic, Abrahamic, theocratic type religion like that. But the thing is, it says in Zoroastrianism, it's to be revealed to all mankind. It says that in the Zoroastrian Creed. So there you have it. It's just people get caught up in the traditions and they lose sight of what the original aims and missions of a religion or a prophet was. But like I said, that's in India. That's not the case in Iran or in America. In Iran, they're fearful of being murdered by Islamic imperialists because they're under Islamic occupation in the country. So yeah, of course, they are very trying to keep their head down about their religion. But yeah, I just have to throw that side note in there because I don't want anyone to think that they can't convert to Zoroastrianism. You can see one of my videos. Yes, you can convert to Zoroastrianism. I put it up on YouTube. In the description box, I got details on how you can contact a Mobed that's willing to do the Navjote ceremony for people that weren't born into a Zoroastrian family. But yeah, that's it for my reading today.